Very good morning. The topic what are we discussing today is the gender system and the article system in German. When I come up onto the gender and the article system, before we go up into the gender or the article system, first understand how different is the gender or the article system of German than in English. First, we'll understand what is the system or the article or the gender system of English, and then we'll come to our German gender or the article system. So, for that, I will be making up some sentences. Listen those sentences very, very carefully and answer me. The few sentences which I am making are like Peter is a boy, Peter goes to school, Peter eats an ice cream. Peter wears a blue dress. Peter does his homework. Peter. Like that, n number of sentences are there. So, will I use up Peter in every sentence or will I use up something else in place of Peter? So, I will be using that is he because Peter is a boy, so that is he eats an ice cream, he goes to school and all. On the same lines, if I have up that is Maria or a girl, the girl goes to school, the girl eats an ice cream, the girl wears a blue dress, the girl. What I'll be using in place of girl, I can use up she. On the same lines, when I have something that is, for example, table. The table is round in shape. The table is black in color. The table has four legs. The table, like that, n number of sentences. So, what I will be using into every sentence in place of a table. So, I'll be using it. I'm repeating. I was making n number of sentences with the boy. The boy goes to school. The boy eats an ice cream. The boy. So what am I using in place of boy? I will be using he. On the same lines, what I have up with the girl eats an ice cream. The girl wears a blue dress. The girl. I'll be using she. On the same lines, when I have that is table. The table is round in shape. The table has four legs. The table is black in color. So what I'll be using in place of table, that will be it. Now my question is there. Can I use this it for boy or girl? Can I use this he or she for table? I repeat the question. Can I use this it for boy or girl? Can I use this he or she for the table? No, I cannot use it. No, I cannot use it. But why I can't use it? Because there is a wonderful concept in English. What is that wonderful concept? That is on the basis of living and non living, I decide. When it is living, I go up into he or she. When it is non living, I directly go up into it. I repeat, what are we discussing? Where are we moving? I was making up some sentences in English. A boy goes to school, a boy eats an ice cream, a boy wears a blue dress. So, a boy. So, a boy was substituted with he. Similarly, sentences with girl, the girl goes to school, the girl eats an ice cream, the girl wears a blue dress, the girl. So, I was substituting with she. Similarly, table. The table is round in shape. The table is black in color. The table. I was using it. Why? The reason was because in English I have a living that is he or she. And if it is non living, I directly put it into it. So this is the system of our English. But does this system allow us, yeah, will this system be also working into German? Yeah, how different it is there into German. So let's proceed and check it out. But again, before we proceed, I'm repeating the sentence in English. What are we doing? We categorize on the basis of living and non living. If it is living, he or she. If it is non living, I directly put it up into it. Let's move ahead. Now I have few nouns in front of you. The first one is neighbor. Neighbor means boy, and when I say neighbor boy, it is coming under masculine category. I repeat, there's a noun called as neighbor, Knabe. The meaning is boy, and it is coming under masculine category. No problem to it, as in English. But when I come up, the another noun that is Zug, meaning is train. It is non-living, but coming under masculine category. Wait, we'll come and check it out how it is. Next, there's a noun called as Frau, that is lady. Feminine category, no problem to it as in English. But there's a noun called as bank. The meaning can be bench on which we sit or the bank. That is Bank of India, Bank of Baroda. It has a double meaning. Non living thing, but coming under feminine category. How? I'll come to it. Next one, kino, non living thing, meaning cinema, neutral category, no problem into it. But there's a noun called as Mädchen. M-A umlaut D-C-H-E-N means a girl. Living. Then also coming under neutral category. I'll go back. What was in English? In English, we were categorizing on the basis of living and non living. If it was a living noun, I was going either with he or either with she. But when I come up into the non-living, I was using up that is it. So that was the system in English. But does that system work or prevail us into the German also? So let's check it out again. So here there's a noun called as Naber, that is the boy, male, masculine, and in German also it is in masculine category, no probs we have as in English. But there's a noun called as Zug, means the train. But where it is coming? It is coming under masculine category. How come? Why? Next one, Frau, lady, feminine category, as in English, no probs into it. But there's a noun called as bank, means the bench or a bank of India, Bank of Baroda, whatever, a bank. Non-living thing, but coming under feminine category. Last one, kino, cinema, non-living, no props, and in English also, in German also, neutral, no props. But there's a noun called as Mädchen means a girl, non-living. Then, sorry, Mädchen means a girl, living, but where it is coming under neutral category. Now I'll come to the main point. Into German, what is the rule? How different it is there from our English? What is the rule in German is specified at the bottom. Any noun can take up any gender irrespective of living and non living. I repeat, In German, what is the rule? Any noun can take any gender. Any gender means masculine, feminine, neutral, irrespective of living and non-living. That is, I won't be deciding onto the criteria of living and non-living. Living and non-living criteria doesn't apply in German. So if you could check it out here, Nabe and Zug, they both are masculine. Frau and Bank, they both are feminine. Kino und Mädchen, they both are neutral. Please be very careful. What am I teaching you is the gender and the article system in German. In English, it is there pretty simple living and non-living rule. But does this living and non-living rule apply in German? No. What is the rule in German? The bottom one, any noun can take any gender. Any noun can take up any gender. Any noun can be masculine, feminine, or neutral, and we cannot say that is how come it is possible that is living, non living, and all. I can't say that is Zug, it's a non living, how it can come into the masculine one. Like on the same ground, Bank, how it can be feminine one, or Mädchen, the last one at the bottom, the girl, how it can go into neutral category. No, in English, the German article system is different than in English. Please mark my words. Onto the same grounds, I'll take you a bit ahead only. Onto the earlier slide, you answered me. I was making up some sentence with boy, a boy goes to school, a boy eats an ice cream, the boy wears a blue dress. So what did you say to me that is what will coming in place of a boy? So that is he. On the same lines, when I say that is, they both are masculine. These both the nouns are masculine. Nabha and Zug, they both are masculine. And if I wanted to substitute, I repeat, if I want to substitute these two masculine nouns, so with what I'll substitute with air. Are you getting me? Why that air? Because they both are masculine. On the same grounds, when I wanted to substitute the Frau and the Bank, that is a feminine noun, I will be substituting with Z. On the same lines, when I put up a Kino and Mädchen, they both are neutral nouns, and if I wanted to substitute these two nouns, I will be substituting with S. So, into your homework, when I had given you the sentences that is, ich lerne Deutsch, du lernst Deutsch, er lernt Deutsch, es lernt Deutsch. It learns German so that it can be for this girl also, Mädchen. Because understand very carefully, pay attention because they both are masculine. Nabe and Zug are masculine. So if I wanted to substitute these two nouns, I will be substituting with air only. If these two nouns are feminine, I will be substituting with Z. When these two nouns are neutral, I will be substituting with S. Because these two nouns are masculine. So, whenever you will be learning the nouns in German with the noun, you will have to also learn whether it is a masculine noun, feminine noun, or the neutral noun. So, at times, you will also have to pay attention. I'm just moving a bit ahead. I'm just moving up a bit ahead, and there you'll check it out. One more thing. What is that? Now onto the screen, there is something which has appeared now. What is that? There is something that is there. there is something that is the, there is something that is das. There, the, and das. They all mean the only. इन तीनों का मीनिंग क्या है? That is the only. But when I have to use up, that is the boy, the train, it has to be their Zug. On the same grounds, it has to be, that is their Zug, their Nabe. That is, if the noun is masculine, and if I wanted to use up the, it has to be and has to be there. On the same grounds, if I wanted to say, that is the lady, the bench, the bank, it has to be the Frau, the bank, it has to be there. On the same grounds, if I wanted to say, that is the cinema, the girl, what will be that the? It has to be and has to be, that is das Mädchen, there, the, das. They all mean the only. But why is that difference coming up? Is because in German I have up any noun can take up any gender irrespective of living and non-living. So here when I come up onto the next one, see here I have up, that is der Mann, die Frau, das Kind. That is for the masculine. I have up is there, that is the. This there, this the, and das. They all mean the only. But before masculine, it has to be and has to be, that is there. Again, I am repeating. There, the, das, they all mean the only. But before masculine, it has to be there. Before feminine, it has to be the. Before neutral, it has to be das. On the same grounds, indefinite article, that is a or an. That is ein Junge, eine Frau, ein Kind. So that is eine, and ein. They all mean a only. A or an. In English, we have a or an. That is, an is used where we have a vowels and all. But in German, we don't have any such case for a or an. There is only one word, that is ein. So when I come up here into the system, that is there, the, das, they all mean the. But before masculine, it is there. Before feminine, it is the. Before neutral, it is das. So, guys, we were discussing now, that is in German, any noun can take up any gender irrespective of living and non living. In English, we have the concept of living and non living, but in German, we don't have. In German, see onto the screen, we had up, that was there, man. This there indicates that your noun is masculine. The indicates that a noun is feminine. Das indicates that your noun is neutral. Onto the last slide, we also checked out, that is, if I wanted to substitute this noun, that is their man. So here it will be substituted with air, that is er. Similarly, if I wanted to substitute this Frau, die Frau, so it will be substituted with Z. On the same grounds, if I wanted to substitute this das Kind, it is neutral, it has to be with S. So I suppose you would have understood. So now I am just taking you a bit ahead. So wherever we have not misunderstood something, yeah, wherever there is a gap of communication, so we'll try to fill up those gaps and all. Now, what is the very important thing for us is to understand is we have to understand that is in German any noun can take up any gender. So does it mean that is it is a freedom onto the noun that whatever they wanted to take up they can take it? No. They will be either into masculine or into feminine, or they will be in the neutral category. It will be either there, the, or thus. But how it will be specified always into the books or into the dictionaries and all. So how it will be happening? So I have listed a few examples for you. So let's check it out. Yes. So here, just below the table, I have for you is their neighbor, that is the boy. But on the same lines, I have of something that is the nabin, and that is again the boy. Their neighbor, the nabin. The difference is one is the boy and one is the boys. That is one is your singular, one is your plural. If you could come into the table at the top, I have up is their man, and at the last column is the Elton. On the same grounds, here I have up is younger, and for here I don't have any plural in all. I'm repeating it again. See very carefully. Here I have up that is man, their man, that is the singular man. But when I have up something else, the manner, what do you mean by that? That is the men, men, that will be the plural. The Frau, that is the lady. And here, if you come at the bottom, the Frau and the Frauen. One is your singular, one is your plural, and the meaning is also specified to you. On the same lines, I have up is das Kino and the Kinos. Das Kino means that is your noun is neutral. The Kinos, that is your plural. Here, die Frau and die Frauen. This die Frau implies that is your noun is feminine, and this is your die, that is your plural. Very much pay attention here. This is your there, this is your the, and this is your das. There, the, das. There indicates that is masculine, the indicates your feminine, and das indicates your neutral. And again for plural, I have up is the. So whenever you will be learning the nouns, so how it will be specified into the dictionaries or into your vocabulary books and all, into your textbooks, how it will be there, they will be writing it out. Der Nabhe, that is the boy, and the Naben, that is your plural, and the meaning is the boy. So from this structure, what I have for you is into the structure from whatever I have underlined, you can get to know three things. The first thing is the article, that whether it is masculine, feminine, or neutral. Second one, you are getting to know that is the meaning. And the third one is the plural. On the same grounds, die Frau, die Frauen, the singular and the plural, and the meaning is lady. On the same ground, der Zug, that is the train, the Zuger, that is the trains, the meaning is there. But what does this there implies? There implies that is your noun is masculine. Similarly, die Frauen, that is, it is feminine and the meaning is lady. Similarly, the bunk and the bunken, that is the bench, and the benches, that is the tray. So sorry, it is a mistake. Here it is the thing, the bench actually. I'll write it out for you. The meaning is bench, the bench or a bank. So it is feminine, it is the, on the same grounds, that is das, kino, and the kino, das implies that is your neutral. Das Mädchen implies that is your noun is neutral. It will be specified into this pattern. Yeah, they will be having up a shortcut. What is that shortcut? Pay attention here. Now onto the Right inside, what I have up for you is the format how I will be having up into the books and dictionary. So, what is that? There's a noun that is nabha. The meaning is boy. Before that nabha, there is a small alphabet R. What does this R denote? From where is this R coming? This R is coming from your there. It indicates that your noun is masculine. And when I remove this dash, when I remove this comma dash and I add this n, that will be naben, that is your plural. Der nabe, die naben, and the meaning is boy. What I wanted to say you is whatever the structure I have given you here onto the right hand side, from this structure you can interpret three things. What are the three things? Is the first one is R. What does this R denote? Your noun is masculine. Second one, the meaning, that is zuka, meaning heterogen. And the third one, when I remove this gap, that is when I have as umlaut and e to the noun, so that will be zuga. If you could pay attention, if you observe very carefully the difference between zug and zuga. What is the difference into zug and zuga? When I have the difference, that is umlaut and e, to ho jata hai plural onto the same grounds. When I have up a e before the noun, what does this E denote? What does this D denote? It denotes that is your noun is feminine. On the same grounds, when I have this E before the noun, that is bank, it clarifies, it indicates that is your noun is feminine. The meaning is specified, that is a lady, bench, or a bank. And when I add this en and en to the noun, so it will be becoming plural. On the same ground, the last one, when I have a s before this noun, what does this s denote? What does, or from where has this s come? This s has come from das. So that is das kind, das kino. So that is your neutral noun. Similarly, das Mädchen, that is the girl. So that is your neutral noun. So, whenever you are learning a noun, with the noun, you have to learn three things. Which are the three things? Is the first one is onto the screen, which is very much clearly visible. You should know the article or the gender. That is whether your noun is masculine, feminine, or neutral. Always it will be specified. On the same ground, the second thing which we have to learn is the meaning, and the third one is plural. See very carefully what I have specified, three essentials of German noun. Into every noun, with every noun, you have to learn whether it is masculine, feminine, or neutral. At this stage, at the early start stage, you will have to by heart whenever you are learning a noun. With the noun, you have to learn the meaning, the gender, and the plural, all three things. And you might say that it is very difficult. There are so many nouns and all. How will I by heart and all? But with the time, I will be giving you some tricks how you have to remember the nouns with the articles, so it will be easier. On the right hand side, I have a small exercise for you. There's a word theater. Theater is same, that's the theater in English also, but very important here, this S alphabet is written before the noun. What does this S denote? This S denotes that is your noun is neutral, that is your das theater. Second one, there is something, the structure given to you. The word is Carter. Carter means ticket. The first thing I got is that the meaning. Second one, what does this E denote? This E denotes that your noun is feminine. The third one, when I remove this comma and dash and I add this n to this one, so it will be carton, that will be your plural. So with every noun, whenever you will be learning from to your books or dictionary, every noun they will be specifying whether it is R, E or S, whether it is there, the or das, whether it is masculine, feminine or the neutral. So you will have to learn, like here into the next sentence I have a e before the noun, that is it is feminine. The noun is woker. Woker means weak. When I had this n, that will be woken, that is a plural. On the same grounds I have a tish, that is table. And what is the article? That is there, it is masculine. You should not object that is how it is possible that is stable, non-living and coming under masculine. How are you substituting with air? No. You're learning German, and in German any noun can take up any gender irrespective of living and non-living. So with this thought, I have the summarized thing in front of you. You may refer that also. So, with this, I will be concluding my session. It will be a pleasure if you could mail me your doubts, your queries. So, I'll stop with the video. Thank you very much.